What is going on, LinkedIn? Thought me and the boy would get the lightsabers out. Always good to be friends with a Star Wars person. Data Spartan back with a new video today. I am joined by Tony Cañas. He is the Chief Motivation Officer at Insurance Nerds. He's also a recruiting partner at Goodwin Recruiting. So, Tony, thanks for joining me, man.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, perfect. I'll dump small replica. I've been waiting so long for this thing. I'll just drop it down over here.
For the listeners, we literally rescheduled the recording because I was going to be traveling the first time.
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure we had the lightsaber. So
yeah, always makes a good video. Yeah, cool. So the context of today's talk is, you're in the recruiting world. Obviously, attracting and retaining talent is an insurance industry challenge. Just want to give your thoughts on, why you think this is happening, and some actionable tips about people out there that are trying to solve this problem.
Oh, it's very simple. Quite simply, here in the States, and I don't know about Australia, but I'm guessing it's similar. But here in the States, nobody grows up wanting to work in insurance. And it's our fault because we have allowed the message about what we do and what working in insurance is like to be controlled by pop culture. And if you think about it, every time insurance gets mentioned in a movie, it gets mentioned as boring and as something negative to society, right? So compare that to like the accountants, the CPAs. They've done an amazing job of after Enron of turning that conversation around and making sure that the kids understand that accounting is a great career.
Yeah.
So every year here in the U.S., out of the 2,700 colleges and universities, there's probably 2,000 business schools. 100% of those business schools have an accounting program, and the accounting classes are mandatory. At least 2 accounting classes for every business major. In comparison, there's only about 80 risk management programs, or what we call RMI, risk management and insurance. And even in those 80 schools, some of them are not majors, they're minors. And even the schools that have a major, only 3 or 4 of them, the 3 or 4 biggest programs, RMI 101 is mandatory for every business major. So even if you go to Temple University, no, Temple is one of the ones that actually has it. Even if you go to Georgia State University here in Atlanta, Georgia, the oldest risk management and insurance program in the country.
Yeah.
Even if you're a business major, you might never hear about the RMI program because the class is not mandatory. And that's the case of the great majority of them. So basically, overall, we have just done a really crappy job of marketing insurance as a career and encouraging kids to pursue insurance in school. So it's our fault. Now, the funny part is this year in the States, insurance is staffed by many people who have been here for like 35 to 40 years because it's an incredible career. The problem is that nowadays it's an incredible career with a really crappy entry level. Right. So our problem is not attracting new people. We attract plenty of new people because we have jobs that are well paid. The problem is growing them, right? Because the entry point into an insurance career in the US today is a call center. Or a State Farm agency with no benefits, with no health insurance at $10 an hour, right? So basically, kids fall into really crappy jobs. So they assume that the industry is a really crappy industry to work in. And they don't realize that if they can get beyond those entry-level jobs, the rest of the industry is a fantastic place to work at. And unfortunately, regardless of who you work with, they're not going to tell you. The few that we manage to save, either we save by accident or they go on Google, they go on YouTube, and they look for help, and they end up finding insurance nerds. I've been doing this for 8 years with no budget, and I am extremely successful at helping people grow within insurance, while the industry has thrown money away in multiple projects that they've spent a bunch of money on to create websites that look and smell like marketing. While the kids our age and younger have a finely tuned sense of smell and run away from anything that smells like marketing.
Interesting. So I like how you said that there. And one thing that's kind of bookend that, so I just want to get to that, is what is one piece of advice that you would give any insurance company today to make those changes to do a better job of attracting and bringing people on?
The biggest thing you can do with the people who are already in the door, look at your call centers, look at all your entry-level jobs, go to those people and make sure that you start telling them about the mission of insurance, about why insurance is good for the world and why insurance is good for the economy. Make sure that they understand the part that their little job plays in the company's ability to serve its customer, and make sure that you help them understand the jobs, the careers that are available beyond, and how to grow to those careers, right? Especially with millennials, which are basically born from 80 to 95. So the oldest millennials are about 40. And the youngest, my math is not very good, but the youngest are about 27, 28. So with millennials, the mission. But they do need to be able to pay the student loans, right? But if we can sell them on the mission, they'll stay. They might not stay at your company, but they'll stay within the industry, which is a win. Now, with Gen Zers born after 95, with Gen Zers, we have to sell the stability, basically, because they're in panic and they're looking for stable employment. So we have to sell the stability. And in both cases, we have to provide them with best-in-class technology, or it's going to be very, very hard to keep them. If you're sitting a 26-year-old in front of a green screen, they're just not going to last, right? They're just not going to last. The other thing that is crucial right now is getting remote right. Quite simply, there's a lot of remote opportunities out there for kids with a college degree. If we can't recruit, engage, retain, train remote people well, other industries are going to run laps around us.
No, I get that. No, that's cool, man. That is amazing insight. Everybody watching, hope you got some really good value out of it. Take what Tony is saying and implement it. I guarantee you make a difference. But thanks for joining me, Tony. And everybody, I'll catch you on the next one.